Hi guys, for today's video, I am continuing on last week's topic of Chanel fake handbags. So in last week's video, I actually purchased this handbag from Alibaba for $230. And unfortunately, it's not the type of fake that I was looking for. This one is very obvious that it is a fake handbag. On the outside, it looks pretty good, but once you open it on the inside, you can tell right away that it is a fake handbag simply because the lining is very loose. It's also in the wrong color, and then the Chanel logo is completely off. So if you are interested in that video, I will link it up here and you guys can take a look at that before coming back to this week's video. So this week, I wanted just to talk about Chanel Superfakes. And what I mean by Chanel Superfakes is those handbags which you really cannot tell the difference from an authentic one as compared to a fake one. And these type of videos, I know that it's really two types of people who click on this video, and usually you either fall into the type of person who really wants to have a super fake and doesn't mind using a fake handbag. You just want to see the difference between what is a fake one and an authentic one, and if it's really easy to tell the difference. Well, I'm telling you right now, it's actually very, very difficult to tell the difference unless you have a trained eye, and I would say that 99% of people could not tell the difference unless you either work in the industry or you are an authenticator yourself. And then the second type of people are those who come here because they're looking to authenticate their handbag. And I've also been in the situation where I bought a handbag from the resale market and I wasn't quite 100% sure whether it was authentic or not. And that is really the issue with super fakes, I think, is because sometimes a lot of unscrupulous sellers will take a super fake and actually try to pass it off as an authentic piece. So my video is really geared towards those of you who are in a situation like that, or really just want to make sure that the piece that you have bought or are thinking of buying is an authentic Chanel piece. Anyways, in order to authenticate a handbag, there are a few things that I take a look at. The first one, of course, is the inclusions of the handbag, simply because this is the first thing that you see. The second thing I look at is the authenticity card. The third thing that I look at is usually the material that the handbag is made from, and I will compare it to an authentic one. And then the fourth and the last thing that I usually take a look at is the hardware. So I will go through all of those in today's video. Unfortunately, I do not have a super fake with me, but I do have a lot of photos which I will be posting in today's video. So let's get started with the first one, and the first one is the inclusions. This one is actually an authentic Chanel box, and oops, I'm sorry, it's backwards. And usually when it comes to a fake and an authentic one, there's not much difference. Sometimes the fake one will have like a bigger Chanel logo, but in general it will be pretty similar to how this one looks like. So this one has a magnetic closure as well, and once you open up the box itself, you will see on the inside it has a lot of tissue paper. So the tissue paper, what I've noticed about authentic tissue paper is that it is very smooth to the touch. It can either come in black or white. This one just happens to be in white, and it is hand pleated. What I mean by hand pleated is all of this pleating that you see on the inside is always done by hand. When it comes to a fake handbag, usually you will see that these pleatings are really, really done very, very well, and they are very even. They are the exact same spacing on all of the pleatings, and that's because it is machine made. So you won't see stuff like this. This one is for an authentic one. If you see something that has really perfect pleating, usually that is a warning sign that the handbag on the inside of the box may be a fake. Also, please do keep in mind that sometimes the packaging may change, because obviously you can sometimes just buy packaging on the internet as well. I've seen some people selling just their box or stuff like that on eBay. So definitely not a foolproof method, but whenever I see that the pleating is too perfect on the inside, I start thinking that the bag that I've gotten may be a super fake. So The next thing that I want to take a look at, or I want to talk about, is the camellia flower. This one is a fake one and this one is the authentic one. So on the fake one, you will see that it is in a sort of canvas material and it's a little bit more coarse as compared to the authentic one, which is made more of like a velvety and a softer material. I have also seen super fakes that have this type of flower, but for most of the super fakes that I've seen, they come with this type of flower. So anyways, that is a difference between the two flowers as well. Another thing that I want to take a look at is the authenticity card, and this one is very difficult to tell unless you have the authentic piece with you as compared to a fake one. This one is an authentic piece. Also, the numbers that you see on an authenticity card are not random. They actually do correspond to, like, for instance, the first two numbers tell the year that it is made in. Right now we are in series 30, so 2020, but the rest of these numbers also do correspond to the make and the model of the bag or the SLG that the card comes with, and only Chanel has that database, but there is definitely a logic to why the number is numbered this way. The next thing I would do is check the material that your Chanel handbag is made in, and Chanel is actually famous for two types of material. There are lambskin leather, which is super buttery smooth and very, very luxurious, and then the second one, which is usually the one that is more fake, is the caviar leather. So under the microscope, you will see that the difference between a super fake and an authentic Chanel piece is really minuscule actually, but the authentic piece usually will have smaller grains as compared to a fake Chanel handbag. So that is something that you can look under. If you have a phone, or if you have the iPhone or any phone, you can put it on 2x zoom and take a really good look at the handbag and compare it maybe to the photos that I am placing on the screen right now. So the next thing that I want to take a look at is the hardware. So in terms of hardware, there are different places, of course, on a Chanel handbag where you come to the hardware. But if you do have a bag like this, which is a turn lock, you can open it up, and on the inside right here, the first thing that you want to take a look at is the screw. So the screw should be a flat head, and usually on a super fake, they will get this correct. The next thing that you want to do is take a look at the font of Chanel itself. So Chanel, if you look at the interlocking CC right here, what you want to make sure is that it's flat. And that also goes for the font on the inside. If you see that it is slightly curved, that is a sign that it might be a super fake. So this one is an authentic piece, but I will show you guys photos of an authentic piece as compared to a fake piece. And the one thing that I really notice is very obvious is the way the Chanel logo is written. And you want to really make sure that the letters are very flat as compared to a rounded version. The other thing is, if you have an inner flap on the handbag itself, you can check like this button. So this one just happens to be on the back side right here, but you want to make sure that the Chanel is facing upwards and not on the lower part, and then the Paris is facing on the lower part right there. So definitely the hardware here is also a good way to check whether the bag is authentic or not. The third way, another way that you can check, so for instance, if you have the Chanel boy bag, you will see at the side right here the Chanel logo, and you want to make sure that the C is very flat again. Really at the edge part right here, you want to make sure that it is flat as compared to a fake handbag. Usually the fake, I also notice another thing is that the lettering is a little bit thinner as compared to an authentic piece. It's the same for the turn lock. When you look over here, this one on a fake one, you will see that it is a slightly bit taller as compared to the authentic piece. So that's it in terms of the hardware. The other thing maybe you can take a look at is the strap. Also, you want to make sure that it does feel like it's the right weight, and then you just want to check that there's no interlocking areas that have like open links or anything. So Chanel finishing is usually done very, very well. So yeah, those are the things that I usually check for when it comes to the hardware. Okay, so I do hope that you found some of these tips helpful. If you did click on this video because you are looking for somebody to authenticate your handbag, then I'm going to suggest 3 of them right now. 2 of them are web-based. The third one you will have to send in the bag itself. So the first one is Authenticate First, and I've also tried using their services. It's actually quite easy, simply because you upload photos of the handbag in detail, and then they have a network of authenticators around the world who will look at the handbag and authenticate it for you. The second one is kind of the same thing. It's called Real Authentications. I think it works in the exact same way, but I've not actually used their service. So anyways, I think this costs around $15 to have it authenticated, and then their services go up from there if you want, like for instance, a certification and etc, etc. And then the third one, which I suggest, is Entropy. But Entropy is a little bit more cumbersome because you do have to actually send the handbag in to them for them to be able to check. So what they do is they actually scan the handbag itself, and then it goes back to an artificial intelligence database system, and then it checks it against all other images of fake and authentic handbags to return whether the bag is authentic or fake. Sorry, my dog is here. I think she got scared because it's starting to rain outside. Anyways, I will link all of those in the description box down below. So I hope you guys did enjoy this week's video. I hope you guys did learn something. If you did, please do give this video a thumbs up. If you aren't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I talk all about luxury and about life in general. Actually, I also talk about a lot about plants as well. So anyways, I do hope that everybody has a great week, and I will see all of you in another video. Bye bye.